What's up guys, Gareth here, and welcome to a Grand Theft Auto 5 video. Now, some of you might be getting the game for the very first time, because it just came out on PC. So, for you guys, I'm going to go over a few things that I've learned over my several days of playing this game. Now, just so you know where I'm coming from, I've played this game a hell of a lot. I bought it on PS3 and PS4, and in online rank, I am 194, which isn't, the most. I've been in public games and I've seen people level 600. I don't know how, but they are. But I just want to tell you guys some cool tips that'll help you play better and also improve your experience online. So, first thing I'm going to go through are some settings. So I'm playing on a controller. Obviously, I'm used to a controller. Like I said, play PS3 and PS4. Quick thing in audio, I made a video talking about how to get your own radio station in GTA 5. If you're interested in that, it's on my channel. Check it out. But here's my camera settings. These are what I think are the perfect settings for if you enjoy playing in first person mode. So, allow independent camera control. What this does is once you get into a vehicle, it will have a different camera to when you're in first person, when you're on foot. So on foot I play in first person because obviously I like first person shooters. I've played them quite a lot. I'm used to the first person. I think it's a lot better for aiming compared to a third person mode where you're like this. I think first person's a lot better, a lot more immersive, and I just prefer it. So, first person's great, on foot. But in a car, the field of view is so small you can barely see anything, so I have mine to set as soon as I get into a car, swap to third person. Now, I'm not pressing any button when I do that, and I'm not going to do it again because I might get a wanted level or a bounty or something. But how you do that is you go into your settings here. Let me get on the pavement so I don't get run over. Settings. Camera, allow independent camera mode on, and what you need to do is once you get in the car, set the camera to third person by pressing the back button, and on PC you just press the V key if you're using a keyboard, and then you set the vehicle to third person, and then when you get out, set it to whatever you want, and it'll be the same, and it'll be like unique for each one. Then you don't have to switch every time you get in and out of a vehicle. Camera height is pretty self-explanatory. I prefer using it high because you can see more. I'm just going to give you a quick little preview. Hopefully I don't get a wanted level from this. If there is, I've got a lot of Santos customs near me anyway. So, load up settings again. Camera. This is the difference between high and low. I prefer high. You can just see a little bit more. I prefer it. Auto level camera, I have this turned on. What this does is when you're in first person mode and you look down at the floor and let go, it won't do anything. And in the settings here, if you go on camera, this will basically just level it out. So turned off, there you go, I'm being stupid. Turned off, it won't do anything. When you're running, it'll stay. When you're moving, it'll stay. And when you have camera and you turn it on and you start running, it'll automatically look up. And same, I think, if you're walking. Whereas if you're stood still, it will stay. So I was being a bit derpy there. I wasn't sure what was happening. But basically, if you have it turned on like I do, and you look down and you move, it will look back up. So I just prefer that. And next thing in camera here, you have field of view, obviously pretty self-explanatory. First person combat roll. Turn that off straight away. We'll turn it on. This is what it's like on default. So you're aiming at a guy and you want him to break lock, because if you don't know what combat rolling is, basically I don't know what it is on a keyboard, but on a controller, aim down sights and press either square on PlayStation or X on Xbox, and if you do that you'll do a combat roll. Pretty easy in third person. If you're in first person and you don't enable this setting, this is what happens. If you're in a gunfight and you're trying to aim at a guy and you need to roll, there is no way you're going to know where he is after you've rolled. So you'll roll, and then you have to aim at him again. Whereas if you get it to switch to third person automatically, you don't have to worry about that. Ragdoll's very similar. Ragdoll is basically if you're rolling down a hill, you get hit by a car, you jump off something. Ragdoll means you can't control your character. And if you have first person Ragdoll turned on, then that means you're in first person while you're upside down. Very disorientating. Turn it off. Head bobbing's very simple. This is in Minecraft and probably a few other games. You walk and your character's head will move up and down. Mainly affects your sprinting. I just prefer it. Makes it a little bit more immersive. Next thing on camera again. You have first person, third person cover. So, as I say, I play first person. You go into cover, automatically switches to third person. This is very useful because obviously I can see what's around the corner without having to exit my camera mode. If you don't have this and you have it set to off, you stay in first person. It's a lot harder to see around a corner in first person without actually peeking and getting shot. So I turn this to automatically set to third person. Very, very useful. Vehicle Orthocenter, I just prefer that. Basically, when you turn the camera in a vehicle, it'll go back to the middle of the screen. And first person vehicle HUD, I think, is basically PS3's first person. Not very good at all, don't use that. Next thing, display, keep radar and HUD on, unless you want to, I don't know, do a video or something. Complex and simple. So this is what it's like regular when you aim down sights like this. I'll do it in third person because it's a little bit easier to do. So you have a dot, okay? Now, it's a dot on every single weapon, but you can change it to complex, and I don't think it helps you aim at all, but it's just, it looks nicer, you know? So we have a little crosshair here. Let's go onto a pistol. You have a little circle with a dot in the middle. Let's go on to an MG. You have the crosshair again. A sniper rifle doesn't matter, you aim down sights anyway. Shotgun, you have like a little semicircle thing. Grenade launcher, you have a circle. RPG, you have a little square. Minigun, you have the circle, same as the pistol. Firework launcher, same as an RPG. And homing launcher should be the same as, like, you know, whatever it is in the simple. Grenade, I don't think has one. Oh, grenade's a little tiny circle. And I don't think this affects your aim or your gameplay in any way. I just think it looks cool, and that's why I use it. I mean, if you want to stick on simple, you can, but this is just something I like using, and I guess you could too, if you like to have different, like, reticles. I usually aim down sights anyway, so if you don't know how to do this on PC, what you do is you aim with right mouse click, and you use the scroll wheel to change between aim down sights and kind of like semi-aim down sights. And what is the next setting that you guys should be using? So again, most of this is camera and display. Expanded radar you can turn on. I think it takes up too much of the screen. It's basically the bigger radar, as you can see. So if I go back into settings here, display, you can turn this off and it stays normal. And if you want a big radar, which I do use sometimes, you press down once and it opens the lobby screen. Down again and it will give you a big radar. Now this will disappear after a while, but it's quick and easy to do, so I don't see the point in having a big radar turned on all the time when you can always access it if you ever need to by pressing down twice. Next thing in display is player overhead display. I honestly don't know what this changes. I don't notice anything. Safe zone size. Basically, if you turn this up and down, it changes where the radar and the menus are. It starts off all the way up, and the radar is at the very edge of the screen. Ammo's at the very edge of the screen. I hate it, so I usually turn mine down by like 3 or 4. And that just gives you a little bit of a border around without the radar and the ammo, and it looks a little bit nicer and cleaner, I think, anyway. And then the final thing are screen effect kills. So this might be hard to display for you guys. See if I can find a guy around here. It might not show it very well in a sniper, but we'll try it. So what you might notice there is that as you kill someone, there's a very desaturated flash that happens. It's not very easy to see. There you go. A very, very desaturated flash. But it's helpful to know when you've killed someone. You may think, well, I know when I've killed someone. I see their body like drop to the ground, or I hear it. But it's very useful to have, especially if you're, I don't know, sniping someone really, really far away and you're not sure whether you hit him or whether you did actually kill him, or whether you're in a jet or maybe in a tank or something. It's very useful. So I recommend leaving that turned on. You can turn it off if you want to. And then subtitles, obviously. I don't need to explain to you guys what subtitles are. But these are the basic settings I use to help me in races and death matches and that type of thing, and in general free mode gameplay where someone's shooting me and I need to kill them. So next video we'll be going over the interaction menu and some cool things you can do in there that will help your gameplay. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and goodbye.